even know what poison ivy looks like, which may be part of my problem. I tried to pronounce the name of the drug I was taking. After 3 or 4 failed attempts, the doctor deciphered what had been prescribed and wrote it down. Then he asked, "They didn't prescribe a steroid as well?" No, they hadn't. The reason being, I insisted that my family doctor give me the steroid in the form of a shot. 2 shots, actually. When I shared this bit of seemingly insignificant news with the doctor, he put down his pen and smiled. "I think I know what your problem is." This was good news. Sandra has been wondering since we were married. "What?" I asked. "It's the steroids. You're going to be fine. Once they work their way through your system, your heart will settle back down." And you know what? He was right. The problem took care of itself. Wonderful and confusing. As you've probably guessed from this story, I'm not a doctor, and this is not a book about your physical heart. It's about your other heart. You know, that invisible part of you that philosophers, poets, and preachers refer to all the time? That thing that got broken in the 9th grade when what's-her-name said she just wanted to be friends? I'm talking about that part of you that swells up with pride when you see your kids do something great. It's that thing that gets all nostalgic when you hear an old Journey tune or whatever music served as the soundtrack for your senior year. It's that part of me that fills up when Sandra sits down next to me on the front row at church every Sunday morning. Amazing how that still happens after all these years. And to be fair, the heart I'm talking about is also that part of me that wanted to wring the coach's neck for keeping my son on the bench throughout an entire All-Star game. The heart I'm speaking of is that mysterious, wonderful, confusing part of you that enables you to love, laugh, fear, and experience life. It's the sphere in which relationships happen, and it's the sphere in which relationships are broken. Damage control. Life can be hard on the heart. The world is full of outside influences that have the power to disrupt the rhythm of your heart. Most are subtle. Some may even appear to be necessary as protection from further disruptions. Over time, you develop habits that slowly erode your heart's sensitivity. The inevitable pain and disappointment of life have caused you to set up walls around your heart. Much of this is understandable. But at the end of the day, there's no way around the truth. Your heart is out of sync with the rhythm it was created to maintain. These disruptors that throw your heart out of sync are not like the steroid that eventually worked its way out of my system without any effort on my part. Those things that disrupt the rhythms of the invisible heart linger. If left alone, some will linger for a lifetime. After a while, we come to accept these disruptors as part of us, part of our personality. And so we catch ourselves saying, "That's just the way I am." But you weren't always that way. And those closest to you know it. So let me ask you, how are things with your heart? Hit the pause button on this audiobook and think for a moment. How are things with your heart? Not your career, your family, or your finances, your heart. Chances are you've never stopped to consider your heart. And why should you? There are meals to fix, calls to return, interviews to prepare for, and bills to pay. If at the end of the day you're all caught up with these things and someone asks, "How are things?" you can smile and sigh and say, "Fine." But this is a different question. It's a more important question. And yes, it's an awkward question. Another me. Perhaps the major reason we rarely stop to monitor our hearts is that it was never encouraged. As children, we were taught instead to monitor our behavior. In other words, we were taught to behave. If we behaved properly, good things happened, regardless